Hello students. So today once again we have new video on invitations. This time again this is formal letter of invitation, but this letter you will be writing in first and second persons. Last time when we talked about formal letter of invitation, I told you if this is formal letter of invitation then you are to use third person, only third person. But now we are talking about another kind of invitation letter where we will be using only first and second person. Now what is the basic difference? Now how you would get to know that in this particular invitation letter you are to use third person only or you are to use first and second person only. Okay, so there are certain points which you should keep in mind. First and foremost, maybe one single point, if you remember, maybe all the other things will be automatically clear to you. This one thing is that if you are writing your invitation not on your personal level but on behalf of somebody else, and you are writing this invitation letter to a person to preside over some function, then you will be using first or second person, or we can say first and second person. When this is not your personal invitation for your personal event, for your personal function at home, if this is not like this, nothing personal, then you will be using first and second person. Okay, now there are certain points you can read these points. The points are here. Important points to keep in mind is this question may use the word formal letter of invitation, may not use any word. They may say just write letter of invitation, or they may say write informal letter of invitation. Okay, any word can be used. Only thing is, second thing which you have to remember, when you are inviting somebody, okay, here one person, when you are inviting the whole crowd, then we are not talking about this invitation. This invitation is when you are inviting one single person to preside over, okay, to preside over as the chief guest, as the judge, as the speaker, or as some other dignitary. Then you will use first and second person. Okay, this you have to remember. Why you have to use first and second person? Because this invitation actually is not a personal invitation. Okay, it is sent on behalf of the authorities. For example, if this is your annual day function, then principal can send this invite on behalf of the management, or the coordinator can send this invite on behalf of the principal, or student body, means head boy, head girl, or somebody else, student body can send the invite on behalf of the management, principal, and the teachers. Means here this invite is being sent on behalf of somebody else. Okay, when formal invitation is common, okay, for many people, then we use card form. Formal invitation for many people, like marriage ceremony, and here you are inviting many people, so here naturally you will be sending the card. In the same way, even in the school, if this is annual day and you are inviting all the parents, then again you will be sending this invite in the form of card. But when it is an invite to a person for some special occasion to preside over, then it should be written in letter form. Now if your invitation is for the parents, naturally you will be sending them the card for the annual day. But if you are inviting somebody to become the chief guest of that annual day, naturally you will not be sending this card. Then you will be sending the letter inviting the person to become the chief guest or guest of honor. Okay, or if you have some other kind of function, you may invite somebody to become the speaker. Or if you have some competition, then you may invite somebody to become the judge. Now, these are the moments, these are the, we can say, occasions when this invitation you are not sending on your own behalf. Means if there is a competition and you want somebody, some teacher from some other school to become the judge, then naturally it's not your personal, we can say, function at home. This is school job, and you, if you are given the duty as coordinator or as the head boy or as the monitor, then you will be sending this invite to somebody, okay, on behalf of the principal. Even this name will be suggested by the principal, by the school authorities only. Okay, so now I think this thing is clear, that if this invitation is not for your personal, we can say, celebration, means it's not that you are inaugurating your own shop, if it's not that this is a housewarming party of your new house, no. If this is for some school function and you are inviting somebody to preside over, means to become the judge, to become the chief guest, to become the guest of honor, then it will be sent on behalf of somebody. It's not that you are inviting somebody, actually school is inviting, organization is inviting. Here you will be writing the letter. The question may use that write formal invitation letter. The word may be formal, but even then you will be using first and second person only. Now you see this question. Okay, this is an example. Your school, GB Pant School, Chandigarh, is having its annual day, sports day. It can be any annual day. We have taken an example of sports day, annual sports day in the school playground. As an activity coordinator of your school, it can be as the head boy, as the, we can say, the captain of your team, whatever. As the activity coordinator of your school, draft an invitation inviting the famous doctor, Mr. Sudhir Kapoor, Max Hospital, Saket, to be the guest of honor at the function. Write the invitation in not more than 50 words. You are Govind or Gauri. So now, here, this question is, I think, clear. Now, how would you write the answer? You would be writing the simple letter format. Okay, first of all, you'll be starting with your own address, sender's address. Okay, GB Pant School, Chandigarh, because you're writing on that behalf of that school only. So, school's name, then you will give the space, then date, then space, then the person to whom you are inviting. Okay, Dr. Sudhir Kapoor, Max Hospital, Saket, Delhi. Then again you will be writing the subject. This is how you write the letters. Okay, then subject, invitation to be the guest of honor or to be the chief guest, whatever. Respected Dr. Kapoor, GB Pant School, Chandigarh is organizing its annual sports day on Tuesday, December 31, 2020. So better you always give the occasion first of all. You can start with that only. Okay, whatever program you are having. On behalf of the principal, now you have to write on whose behalf. It's not that you are inviting, no. You are inviting, you are just writing the letter on somebody, on behalf of somebody else. Okay, so on behalf of the principal, teachers and students, I have great pleasure in inviting you. Means you will write that you have the great pleasure, though this is not you who has taken this decision to invite this person as the chief guest. But even then, you will be writing this. Okay, that I have great pleasure in inviting you to our annual sports day as the guest of honor and grace the occasion. The program will start at 10:30 a.m. in the school playground. We want to honor our school national players and coaches along with beautiful presentation of drills. Your presence will greatly encourage and inspire our students and would make the day memorable. Means all these things you are to write. It's not that you are writing this letter on somebody else's behalf, that's why you need not write all these things. No. Letter would be in a proper letter. Okay. We eagerly await your consent. This also you write. That you are eagerly waiting for their reply now. Okay. We eagerly await your consent. Yours sincerely, Govind Gori, and then within bracket, coordinator or head boy or whatever it is. Okay. So this letter you are writing to invite somebody to preside over the function as the guest of honor. And now suppose question comes that you are to reply to some school where you have got an invitation to become the chief guest or to become the guest of honor. Now you are to write a reply whether accepting this or you are declining. Okay. Again, the question says that you got invitation to become chief guest or guest of honor. It's not that you have got invitation to attend your friend's party and you are not going. If you are not going and this is friend's party and this is formal reply, then naturally third person you are to use, because you are writing this to your friend for the personal party. This is not something personal. Okay, this is kind of official function. Okay, where you are being invited. Okay, so now you are to write reply for this kind of invitation where you were invited as chief guest or guest of honor. Now again, the question may use the word formal reply, but even then you will be using first and second person. Now see this reply question. You are Dr. Sudhir Kapoor. We have taken the same question. Okay. You are Dr. Sudhir Kapoor of Max Hospital, Saket, New Delhi. Write a formal reply in response to the invitation extended to you by Gauri or Govind, coordinator, GB Pant School, Chandigarh, to be the guest of honor. Okay. Now you are to reply. Now, because this is not telling what kind of reply, so you can write any reply, whether declining or accepting, whatever. So again, letter format, Max Hospital. Now because you become the sender, so Max Hospital, Saket, Delhi, then space, then date, then space, then the principal. Because though the letter has come, letter is written by coordinator only, but actually it was written on behalf of the principal. That's why you are giving the reply to the principal, not to that person particularly, because this is not personal, we can say, invitation. So your reply will also be to the principal. So the principal, GB Pant School, Chandigarh, expressing regret. Now it means you are not going. This is clear. Okay, from the subject only. So expressing regret to preside over as the guest of honor. Okay. Now, dear sir or ma'am, I feel honored to receive your invite to be the guest of honor at your annual sports day scheduled on December 31, 2020. You are to write this much detail. Then only you will reach to 40-50 words. Okay. So you have to imagine some date and you have to put that date also. It would indeed have been my pleasure and privilege to accept the invitation and spend some time with the national players. But I regret to inform you that I would be in Spain to attend a medical conference on the date mentioned. So I decline the invitation. On the date mentioned means whatever date you have mentioned for your function. Actually on that particular day I would be in Spain attending some meeting. Please congratulate all the budding sports persons. This much you can write. Okay, my best wishes are with you. Yours, Dr. Sudhir Kapoor. So this way you are to write reply. This way you are to write invitation. Difference between formal invitation when you are sending for some personal function and when you are sending on behalf of somebody, you are to remember the difference. When this is some personal function, invite is for some personal function on some personal behalf, then it would be third person. And if this is on behalf of somebody else, okay, some authority, then it should be first and second person. I hope now this thing is clear. The only thing is, this is compulsory question and you need to practice. At least whatever questions I have given, if you want, you can take the printout or write down these questions once again in your notebooks and go through that. This way you will certainly, get to know the difference. Thank you.